And we are back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 10, episode 3. So, welcome to the League of Legends 2024 season, and we kick it off with the LEC 2024 Winter Split Week 1, Day 1 and 2 to talk about the games. I managed to catch all the games, consumed a good amount of the VODs, and then the rest I consumed in the highlights form. And then coming up in the later weeks, we will have the LCS, the LCK, and this year, I wanted to announce to you guys, we will be covering the LLA and then any other minor region you guys want us to cover. But we thought to ourselves, since I dated a Mexican and I have some Mexican inside of me because she put her tongue in my mouth, that would automatically mean that
Wait. That's how that works? Because she put her tongue inside of you? That's how that works?
That means since I kissed a Mexican and her sister was looking at me with those smoky eyes and the mom was trying to feed me, that means I can celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And what better way to do that than for us to watch LLA this year? LLA also is going to be playing best of 3s, and the LCS is still playing best of 1s. Keep that in mind. Shit's crazy, is it not? Well, also, we have a Iron Man podcast update. So, I calculated how many episodes I still need to put into YouTube, my backup YouTube account, 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and also counting today. And then on Wednesday, I'll need to upload the final 2 episodes. And then after that, I can start actually getting the Iron Man podcast ready to be uploaded to the podcasting platforms. And then we can pretty much, cover one of my first goals for 2024, actually, which is getting the Iron Man podcast ready to go and uploaded for you guys here on the podcasting platforms. And if you are watching on YouTube, obviously, check out the VOD, watch the replay, obviously. We, love all of you guys, actually. And yeah, thank you to every single person who watches and listens to the Cloud9 podcast, whether you watch and listen on, back and forth, going to work, the gym, while you're at home, while you need something to listen to on your second monitor, or your TVs, or your Roku
or after
TVs.
You have sex.
If you listen to us while you're having sex.
After.
So, a girl just blows you, sucks your whole cock off, all your cum dripping out, and then you're like, you know what? I'm going to turn on this show.
Yeah, let me hear about these 2 knuckleheads in League of Legends and who Chaz, fucked this week, or who MSK dreamt about fucking this week. Yeah.
What do you mean? He taking shots. He taking shots today. He thinks he's him. He thinks he's him right now.
Guess who also took shots? Your girl. Cum shot to the face.
No.
She took cum shot to the face.
I told you, if you do that, I'm tasting your cock that same night. Just let me and James tag team you, man. Come on, dude. Let's do it.
You're good. I'm good, man.
Yeah, man. Well, how you been, dude? Did you manage to get that video done, doing that commentary over that one whiny little bitch's video? I'm sorry, guys. I'm joking.
There's like 3 of them. I got the one of Gigi Wagi. I got that one done. Mm-hmm. Then I got the second one done of watching Paul's video. I was gonna go back and probably watch Cali Effect's older video soon, but and then this other guy's video, Giant Skyhawk or whatever his name is. I gotta find his channel again. I'm gonna react to his video.
Awesome. Whew. Oh, also, if you guys are NFL fans, at this point, if you are a Cowboys fan, just like if you're a KT Rolster fan, you are just eternally cursed. You might be on suicide. I can't say on YouTube. You might be on Minecraft Watch.
Yeah,
but we'll be here to help you. And for all that copium the Cowboy fans are gonna have, I just don't know how anyone could have foreseen this. Like, this happens every time. Every time. There's no difference.
Yeah, at this point, what I'm thinking is,
I just can't help but laugh, man. Every year people get hyped, and I'm sitting thinking to myself, have they ever? I can understand if they passed through it one time to get to a single point. It's been constant years of disappointment, guys.
This is the biggest choke. They got to the second seed, They got
right.
the second seed after the Eagles fell apart, and now the Cowboys fell apart. This and I told people the Eagles got an easier road. Tampa's not that good. If the Eagles lose tomorrow, oh no, both teams.
If we lose tomorrow, my whole soul is gonna collapse.
Like,
well, to be fair, my soul could not have hurt more than last year when game was so close. We were winning, team fell apart halfway through the game, and we lost. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, everyone knew I was an Eagles fan in there in the church, and like they're just like, "Hey man, you okay?" I'm like, I just woke my face was just like, I'm going home. I just literally just walked out. I was like, fuck this.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what hurt more, losing to the Packers many years ago, or other times like when the Eagles lost to the Saints that one year, or being so close to having your second Super Bowl title ever. Put factor in, there's many orgs in the NFL that haven't even won one. The Cincinnati Bengals just made it like what's their first one ever? Like first 2 years ago, the second one, third one. But those are like, really, really spaced out though,
No, it was they were like, it was almost back-to-back years for the Bengals, but they haven't made it in almost 30 years at that point.
Yeah, there are some orgs that have never even won one, and the fact that everyone's about to win a second one and that close, you're just like, yeah, you don't really get chances like this anymore. It's basically like if you don't win right then and there, you just gotta fucking flip a coin to see when you're ever gonna go back to the Super Bowl. Like, when are the Panthers ever going back to the Super Bowl? When are the Falcons going back to the Super Bowl? Broncos ain't going back to no Super Bowl ever at this point without Peyton Manning.
The Falcons might get another 18 years because they got because it took them 18 years to get to the second Super Bowl. They lost that. Like who else you said? The Broncos? No, the Broncos just keep shooting themselves in the foot. Shit quarterbacks after shit quarterbacks. Who was the other team you said? You said Broncos. You said
Falcons, Broncos, Panthers.
Oh no, the Panthers. They need the owner needs to sell a team. He hired a shit GM, shit coach, drafted the wrong quarterback, can't do nothing right. Like traded away a bunch of players to move to the number one draft pick to pick up quarterback who's barely taller than us, can't really throw the ball, got shit vision, plus an offensive line that can't block a fucking thing. Like if you
last two teams. What about the Jets? They were already screwed when they lost Aaron Rodgers earlier this year. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then what about another team that people predicted always do well? I just want to shit on James. What about the Rams? How do you feel about the Rams?
The Rams are in the playoffs. I mean, the Rams won 2 years ago.
Yeah. There was also many years where I don't know why they went so hard in for Sam Bradford, because James always see how good he was.
He was good. The issue is he got injured in college. They shouldn't have drafted him. His career was never the same in college.
And then the Eagles are like, hey, let's take this guy after he never did actually anything on that other org.
I would tell you this with the Rams. He ended up getting shit Jeff Fisher after Jeff Fisher got fired by the Titans, and then he went over to the Rams. 8-8 season. Jeff Fisher was the average coach. He won't be the reason why you suck, but he be the reason why you can't get to the playoffs, but also not get to number one draft pick. He would just keep you in the middle. He was trash. Sam Bradford also had an injury issue with his knees. It's like, oh fuck.
Knee injuries are the worst, man. The quarterback on the Chiefs.
Mahomes,
yeah. I was watching, not even just this year, last year too, where he would kick the ball and it looked like his fucking whole kneecap was about to come out of his fucking leg. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I remember, didn't he sit out a few games for knee injuries, actually?
Yep.
God, man. It's crazy. I mean, you had already said the quality of the NFL was drastically dipping.
Oh, no, it drastically dipped because coaches can't coach, players really can't play, and
Bill Belichick is gone from the Patriots. That's a pretty. People just looked at that and went, "Oh yeah." It's like, what the? That's such a long-standing history with them, and he's just gone. People were like, oh, "Okay."
Yep.
I guess. And all right, so let's have some fun. The LEC 2024 Winter Split began week 1 and week 2. John Longbach, what's up, brother? Oh, yeah, man. Hit me up. What's up, John? He's also from New York. He'd be a Giants fan.
He's a Giants fan?
He's from New York. I remember he said he supported, actually.
What part of New York? Because there's Giants, Jets,
He's
and
in
Buffalo.
Brooklyn.
Okay, that doesn't help. Because Brooklyn can be anything. Because
Warren's from Brooklyn. You know how Warren
because technically I live in Connecticut. That's me. I'm supposed to be a Patriots fan because New England.
You literally live like an hour from New York.
But technically live in New England because Connecticut is New England. That's the thing. I'm stuck in that.
It's weird. Well, because how did you become a Yankees fan? You saw them first, so you just kind of went with them for the most of the time.
That too, plus I forgot what it was. It was something about Red Sox, and remember someone said Boston was supposed to race this city, and I was like, okay. And then I remember some one of the Boston fans had done that. I just forever became a Yankees fan. I was like, plus it was cheap. It was the easiest place to get to. Boston took 4 hours to get to. Queens took an hour and a half. Bronx was an hour. Yeah. Queens was an hour and a half by car. Bronx was train.
He's in Long Island. Okay.
Oh, Long Island. Oh, no, that's
okay.
That's on the other side of where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yankees.
If you ever want to come back for a show, just hit me up and we can set it up for a second appearance. It's a lot of comic book drama out there, but sorry, go ahead, man.
Yankees was 2 trips. It'd be you take the Metro North down to 125th Street, then you take the 125th Street to 153rd, and boom, you got Yankees, you got 153rd Street, boom, right there. And I was like, okay, that's the easiest way to do. That's the team I root for. It was right there. Same thing with the Knicks. Boston's 4 hours away. Knicks was at get off Grand Central, take a right. You go down a couple blocks, Madison Square Garden. Same thing with the Rangers. Mm-hmm. The football Giants. Technically, I didn't even start out as a Giants fan. I was technically a.
What was your feeling? Because I know the feeling that I had when we first lifted the trophy after so many years of disappointment. What was your feeling when your team actually won a Super Bowl?
I was happy because we defeated the undefeated Patriots.
That's so weird that we did the same thing. We beat the Patriots too.
But they weren't undefeated, and
they actually kind of limped into the playoffs that year too.
Yeah, the Patriots. Yeah, they were beaten up. We only beat the Patriots in the final game of the season in 2008, 7 and 8. And and there was a chance, and then we went and beat them again 4 years later. I was like, thank God.
All right, oh yeah, man, anytime, bro. All right, let's go and talk about some of these games actually. So, okay, viewer discretion is needed and listened to. I know you guys listen to the show on your devices, but keep in mind when we talk about these things, a narrative's getting out there. I know it's week 1, and week 1 overreactions are always welcome because it's week 1. And we've not seen any other region play yet, but this is, I don't want to say this right now, but maybe this might be a longer prediction for the year. I don't really know if the LEC actually got better. I know a lot of people were parroting that talking point throughout the offseason. If you really look at some of these teams and how we were kind of thinking about them, because we were on the fence about a lot of these teams. Yeah, this is really, really bad, guys. Like, I get it. I get it. It's week 1. I fully understand that. And I'm fully able to grasp that. But a lot of these teams, based off how they were constructed, is really awful. There's probably like 3 awful teams in the league right now. Like, legitimately just straight up bad. So, which one do you want to start with?
Shit.
You know what? Let's start with Rogue.
Let's start with
Rogue might actually be the worst.
Yeah.
Because at least with the other ones, at least they're fighting on the map, attempting to do something. That I can always respect. Rogue is literally just standing in their lanes, doing nothing, getting completely fisted as Marcoon tries to get an objective. He gets ganked and killed. Whole team falls apart. They actually literally went on stage these past couple of days and did nothing. Rogue might actually be the worst team. And that's saying something. Rogue, Shigenda's been turbo running it down. Marcoon tries to invade, can't do it because obviously Larson doesn't really pair up with his jungler very well, which was, I thought, going to be a strength for them if they actually did have some synergy. Comp and Zoles, is that really a bot lane?
Nope.
Comp fell off a literal cliff after he won a championship back in 2022. He was non-existent in 2023. And I was like, you know what? Maybe hopefully with the new support, he'll get reinvigorated. No, he's been straight trash. That new guy, whatever his name is, Itoles, doesn't matter. He's terrible. That whole team is bad. They might actually not. I imagine they'll win a game, but at some point, but they're the worst team by far right now. They literally walked in a lane and did nothing. They had the most proactive champions to do stuff, and they walked in and did nothing. They lost to Team Heretics. Team Heretics yesterday picked Rise. Perks ran around the map in circles doing nothing. I think he probably did like 1,000 damage the entire game. They lost to that. Yep. There's nothing worse than that. They got almost perfect game by Team Heretics. People. Kaiser quite literally looked like he was playing on crack yesterday. So yeah, for sure, Rogue is the worst team. No question about that. People are like, worse than Mad Lions. Mad Lions actually played way better than I thought they were. They actually had the best game. Mad Lions, the past couple of days, have had the best game so far when they beat who'd they beat? Heretics. Yeah.
Yep,
when Mad Lions beat Heretics, that was the best game they played. Might be the best game of the split they might potentially play, given how more weeks might come in. But yeah, for sure, Rogue is the worst team, non-proactive team, very just sloppy levels of gameplay. They must have been getting booty blasted and scrimmed so hard to play like that. That is just demoralizing. They just constantly kept losing the game. What's next you want to talk about?
Either way, I them Team Heretics.
Yeah, I legit, like, we said this. The only way they win is if Yankos carries them or Flackid actually is on a carry oriented ADC. Kaiser yesterday, he had a really shit Nami game. I'm talking like, bro, this is unacceptable levels of gameplay out of this guy. Then today he picked Bard, who was a lot more proactive, but keep in mind, they played against Rogue, who, like I just said, might be the literal worst team in the league, honestly. Like, it's really easy to look like that against the worst team in the league, right? Yeah. But I like that Carrier pulled out Bard. I thought Bard was a super underrated pick that a lot of these pros were sleeping on. Bard is super strong champion, you know? So I actually like that Carrier pulled it out and showed people, hey, you can play more than a few supports in a meta, you know? But it always takes the best players to show people, hey, you can play more than one thing, typically. Perks, did you not see what Perks did today, dude? Did you think he did?
Nothing. He did.
Nothing. Again. He picked a Kali and just did nothing. Oh, like, okay, Rise can sit in lane and do nothing and scale up, and you'll have the safety net of like him scaling, right, for a lot of damage. Yep. You can't do that on a Kali. Guys, they're going to get steamrolled by everyone playing. You cannot play a Kali like that. A Kali is not a champion. You just sit there and pick and do nothing. Okay? I wonder where he's been at, because he's not been impactful in anything. People are like, oh, he played so good on Fnatic. Yeah, in that small sample size. But before that, he was playing like complete shit. And now it's looking like now people can see why they didn't keep Wonder after he came back for Oscurin to fill the spot in for him. You can see why they didn't keep him. He literally he's been walking around doing nothing too, not impactful, just straight, just not even trying. Now, I'm not saying people gotta be just fucking playing at like worlds level in week 1, but this is just bad levels of gameplay from a lot of these guys. Rogue, dog shit. Team Heretics only really got a win because they faced Rogue. They also look like complete shit. All right, next team. Who we got? Who's really bad? Vitality. Vitality suck.
Suck ain't the word. It is. They're in an abomination.
Did you see what Hillsang did? I went and watched it back. My brain quite literally leaped out of my skull to get hit by oncoming traffic in the highway. So as we know, Elyoya and Hillsang were definitively the reason why Mad Lions were dysfunctional last year, as Mac pointed out on Thorn's Reflection episode. Great episode to go watch. You have to get perspective on how Mad Lions were that bad. He literally said Hillsang and Elyoya cannot agree on what good League of Legends looks like. Okay, so Elyoya comes out week 1, day 1, and just takes his whole Spanish cock out, his whole taco, shoved it all in Team Heretics' ass. Okay. Looked like he was like, okay, where's this guy been? I haven't seen this guy in a long time. Hillsang on Vitality the same day is a literal crackhead. It was half health on Renata Glass, went into the bush thinking that he's going to somehow snare the Blitzcrank with full health and got hooked in and died. He's actually not a human being, dude. He's legit a crackhead. Nobody thinks that's okay. What possesses this man to think? If I swear to God, if my supports ever did that, I will buy 6 amplifying tones in that game. You were trash. He quite literally had his half health, went into the bush and went, you know what? I could probably fight the Blitzcrank one-on-one. He didn't. He died instantly. Who like, but couldn't he have killed the ADC? The ADC was full health and half mana. What are you killing? What a shit fucking idiot, dude. Actual retard. What the hell? Then Douglas botches their first that was against Gigantic X, right? So Douglas already screwed the game. You know how he tried to dive the bot lane and then he gave the fucking Draven a kill? Oh my God. What the fuck is this? What is this league? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Douglas just basically griefs the entire game, just botching his whole dive. And then Photon's just up there with no help, can't do nothing. Douglas is like, you know what? My top laner's been actually winning his lane pretty consistently, being up in CS. How about I just gank for the losing bot lane? Help me, please. Vetio. Oh, where's all the people going? Vetio's so good. No, Vetio's overrated trash. Had one good year, and that has major asterisks to it. Major asterisks to it. Vetio quite literally might be the most overrated European mid laner ever by a lot of people. What is y'all smoking? This guy is a useless bot most of the time. Remember how we heard that for Vetio and Targamas, unless you literally give them directions, they don't really know what to do, honestly. Like Targamas said, he's not really a plug-and-play player. He has to kind of be set up. There has to be a lot of things to that. Bro, what are we looking at? I don't know who's worse, Vitality or fucking Rogue. I don't know, because they're looking like hot doo-doo here.
That's a good question. I don't know who's worse.
There's like 4 worse teams. I don't know who to pick. Then, guess who else we have to talk about? Karmine Corp. Did I not call it? This team is built like garbage. This is a horribly constructed roster.
They played well today, but I don't know.
You mean against Fnatic?
No, you mean against G2.
I thought they played well against Fnatic. They got really hard macro gapped by G2.
Yeah,
I guess you could say the kills were close, but the macro game was never in their favor. They were never ahead in any macro sense ever. And plus, you got to factor in, if we have a game of like LeBlanc and Kennen, it's just going to have a lot of kills in general. Plus, there's Nico. Plus, there's Lucian. But I've noticed that with G2, they're getting more like scrappy with a lot of their fights now. Because last year they kind of focused on like, let's just play like the perfect game or some gay bullshit like that. No, like if you understand, there are certain teams that really can't play perfect League of Legends like that. As long as you're out macroing your opponent, I find that just fine, for the most part. But we'll get to G2 later. Oh, yeah, but Vitality is like actual trash. So which do you think is the worst team? Vitality,
I think
Rogue, or Heretics?
Expectation is Team Heretics. I think overall, I think it's Vitality. I want to say Rogue, but at least Team Vitality just when you look at them, you gotta know.
You're looking like, damn. El Yoya's brain, I could see why that shit almost exploded playing with that guy. That guy is retarded. That guy is actually, he doesn't exist. He doesn't have a brain, man. I'm sorry. He's like stupid.
It's like you leak up Vitality, you're like, this is what I'm paying for this shit? I'm like, nah.
Yeah, like Vitality has a lot of money. Vitality has money to get good players. And they're thinking like, oh, yeah, we got Karzi. He was one of the best ADCs last year. Oh, yeah, we got Hylissang finally on our org. Yeah, you got Hylissang way after he was good, buddy. Oh, we got Vetio? Oh, you got Vetio. Yeah, that overrated trash player that everyone keeps hyping up who just sits in mid lane and does absolutely fuck all, right? And we have a really good top laner in Photon. Oh, I can't wait to pair him up with no one who can speak to him again in the year after.
At least this time they didn't pair with the Chinese player. They just paired him with
another guy who can't talk to him. I can't do it, man.
But at least he could talk. But at least he could talk to his teammates. Because last year, you got two players who can't talk to each other. Then the other people can't talk to each other. Like, oh shit, we got a Korean who can't talk to a Chinese who can't talk to a Korean, and neither of them can talk to the teammates. You're just sitting there like, who really thought that Koreans and Chinese were going to be able to work together like this? They're not. It's not the same language. It's like, oh, because they're both Asian. Oh god.
All the actual racist people be coming out and shit.
Yeah, because he's like, you really think Korean? Oh gosh. I was like, yeah, shit, man. Yeah, I saw that.
This game, I want you guys to see just levels. This is a tutorial on what to not do as a support. Okay. Never do this in the game. I know on pro play people like to go, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. I never knew you could do that. This is what you don't do, because this is how your team in scrims FFs and they fucking have a mental reset. Okay, so Douglas goes, all right, I'm gonna go gank level 1 Blitzcrank and level 2 Draven. Level 3, remember, he's level 3. Okay, he's level 3, and he botches the entire dive. Karzi and Hylissang can't even capitalize on that because he was getting tracked by Peach. Got a big old nice little Peach that man pussy he's got there. Okay, so Hylissang goes, my mind's telling me no, but my body, oh shit, that's a blitz. God.
Shit. Yeah.
What is this crackhead doing? Dude, he has half his health. He has half of his mana. What is wrong with this guy?
I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Did you see this?
Oh no, I saw it.
My brain quite literally exploded. I was like, what? I was at work and I just started freaking out. People like, are you okay? I was like, no, I actually just had a stroke. I just had a mini stroke right there. Okay, this is not acceptable. I feel like Hylissang used to be so good 4 years ago. Yeah, we're in 2024 now, and your mom's a whore. So, Hylissang goes, you know what? I'm half health. I have wards on Blitzcrank. I can't see the jungler, and I can't see the Draven, but I'm going to sit here, even though I know he has hookup, and just sit there and just lose. Quite literally, if someone plays like this, I'm reporting you to Riot headquarters. That is levels of unacceptable. They see him.
Yep.
Why would they just botched their first dive? Why would he not go back and repeat games? If you dive and you blow their summoner spells and you take like turret plates, it's wise if the jungler goes back and does it again, because they know you don't have summoners, so they can just redive you. So they know, since Douglas already botched their dive in bot lane, they know he's gonna go there. They know they know all they have is basically just flashes. And even if he goes down there and he just gets them to flash, that's still a win. He could just go back again and just obviously repeat gank. What is he doing? If I was Karzi, I'd be like, yeah, man, go fuck yourself, you stupid bitch. I hope you die, you sticky hoe.
What is Karzi? He's Hispanic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have cussed that guy out in Spanish. I would have called him a pute, a itole, a puta.
Oh, shit.
God. Good Lord. And then Douglas goes, you know what? I'm going to try and dive them, even though good Lord. Fuck, this team is trash, man. He's all trash. All y'all garbage. Why would he? First of all, you already botched your first gank. He already threw the game for them. Then they go, you know what? I'm going to go try it again, even though I don't know where the jungler is. Because if you fail, try again, right? Douglas goes, I'm going to flash. He flash yeeted over the wall, and Ignorant's like, okay, I'll just hook you right back in.
Jesus. Oh, yeah, I was watching it. I'm like,
you're like, this is competitive League of Legends, right? We're not watching like Silver's right here.
And what I was thinking also, Jackie's is not bad. Jackie's is.
I want to see a little bit more out of him, but I feel like they actually have it's crazy when you actually have a good mid laner, what you can do on a team, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he's strong, but I want to see him on more than just Nico. He's only been good on just Nico so far, but he's been good. I know I do agree. He's been more impactful than Vetio.
So far, you know who's the weakest player on Giant X?
I was gonna say Peach.
No, Patrick.
Oh, Patrick, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, Peach too. Peach is number 2.
I don't think he's having a good first week so far, but I don't know if this is going to translate very well for him.
Patrick is. I don't know.
People always hype the guy up, man. I've never been super high on him like everyone else is.
Yeah.
I feel like he's never that 1v9 ADC that people always talk about. People always talk about him. He's like this 1v9 ADC. I just never really see that, honestly. Like, if you're Draven and you're not taking over the game with 3 kills and Collector at this point, you know.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
They only really got that first kill because Douglas botched the dive. They only really got that advantage because of that. But
yeah, because I'm thinking in my head, I don't know if keeping Patrick was the right move. I don't know about that.
For some reason, they never get rid of him. They never get rid of that guy. He could quite literally run it down a whole split. They'll be like, he's a top 4 ADC. Okay, you could be top 4 bottom in the league then. Good Lord. All right, who else we talking about? Vitality sucks, garbage, worthless trash. Rogue, garbage, worthless trash. Team Heretics, garbage, worthless trash. Karmine Corp, actual garbage, worthless trash.
Giant X is just mid. They're just mid. They're not bad. They're just mid.
I don't generally think they're that good. I think right now everyone's just kind of working out a lot of the stage jitters, getting back onto the stage. I don't know if they'll be this strong as the split continues, but who knows? All right, Karmine Corp. What a badly constructed roster.
Yep.
So this is bad. Okay, Cavalshard today. Also, was it yesterday? Cavalshard he built Archangel Staff first on Gragas.
I saw that. I was like, oh my god.
Okay, automatically L. It's like when you play ARAMs and we had a fucking Ash one time built. People Frozen Heart and Imperial's Mandate, and we're just sitting here going like, "What the fuck? We're getting trolled."
Also, he said, well, and I messaged him. He blocked me. I was like, "Why would you build that first? No. Those are good items to build, but you don't build Imperial Mandate first.
Yeah, just because you don't build Frozen Heart on an ADC first either. Ever."
He said, "But I know how to build it," and you end up just running it down, just sitting there like.
Oh,
this nigga trash.
Good Lord, man. Cavalshard, what is wrong with this guy? He built Archangel Staff on Gragas, and then like what's crazy about Karmine Corp is they had a rather I wouldn't say it was because the players are really good or like good together as far as like actual synergy. I would say that they had a close game against Fnatic, but to factor in. Like, they were making a lot of bad proactive plays. I think it was because Fnatic has some issues that I'll go over later, but I don't think that game was rather close because they themselves made it really close. I think Fnatic just made the game a lot harder on themselves, not pulling the trigger when they needed to. I mean, like, Humanoid quite literally went under turret to fight a Jax as an Akali. Like, is that really K-Core being good or is Fnatic just being retarded? Like, I don't really know about that. Targamas and Upset is a terrible bot lane. What? For the love of God, I don't know why Targamas is on a team. He's awful. Oh, it's because he's French. I remember Karmine Corp, the guy building the roster, said, oh, he was the only support that we looked at in this offseason.
Somebody needs to be fired. Whoever the recruiting person needs to be fired. That's like when I remember we ended up hiring somebody like, who hired this person? Whoever hired this person needs to be immediately fired. You got the worst taste. You out of all the fucking sports, you could have got a Limit. You could have got who else is available? Anybody else from LCS that's available? I'd rather have fucking Diamond versus Targamas.
Are you telling me that Limit couldn't have worked with Upset? Or Trimby? Are you telling me Trimby can't work with Upset?
Thank you. Trimby. That was like I don't know.
Well, Trimby can work too. Yeah. Not Advian. Advian sucks.
Oh, no.
No.
He might be the only person worth it.
Are you telling me Treats can't work with Upset? Like, there's so many players that, like, what is wrong with people, man? Like, Targamas is terrible, guys. Then, what's worse about this roster is they have Sakin, and Sakin's been basically in ERL hell for, like, a long time. He had a chance in the LEC before. He did. He played it on competitive roster before. He's not that good. I don't get why people are like, man, yeah, Sack'em was tearing up the ERLs for years and he should be given a chance. Turn up ERLs means absolutely nothing. Do we not see how bad he was playing these past couple of days? People like, he's been making proactive plays. Yeah, making proactively stupid decisions. He's being proactive, but I wouldn't say good. And then you have just Bo just sitting around, running around, can't talk to his teammates, and I really don't know what to expect out of them, honestly. Like, what is Bo even for on this team? He doesn't synergize well with them at all. He tries to get things to happen in the early game. They don't capitalize on anything he does. It looks like he wants to play one way. The other guys have a different way of want to play the game. This is going to be that might be the definitive worst team just by just roster construction alone, by just gameplay wise that we've seen. But man, I don't know how Yamato can turn this around, because this is going to be a persistent problem. And you can factor in, there's only 3 weeks of this stuff, and then we go to best of threes. So only 3 weeks of this. Okay, you need to get wins now. I get people who go, oh, the format, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off. Shut the hell up, you European trash. You need to get wins right now, okay? And a lot of these guys are going to be scraping by for a win off the barrel, actually. What other team is actually on the list to talk about? So Corp, dog shit.
Yeah.
Team Heretics, dog shit. Rogue, dog shit. Team Vitality, dog shit. What do you think about BDS?
They're too early to call too. I have no faith in their bot lane. Their bot lane it's Adam and bust.
I feel like this is just the same team with minus the upside of having Crowny there.
No, this team's worse. This team has no.
I feel like this team just is basically just Ice is a worse version of whatever Patrick is. Like, I don't even know. He was literally non-existent. Like, you know, he was getting a lot of kills on Varus. I never really felt like he ever took over a game, honestly. Yep. Adam is still picking Garen of all things to
Garen, Olaf, Darius. What's the S? Zion?
Yeah, because when we saw Adam play Renekton, you could tell, like, okay, this guy is just so lost macro-wise. Like, he could get, like, somewhat of a lead, but then he just doesn't know how to translate it very well, you know? And then I was looking at BDS play, and I was like, this is the same team.
Plus, he's not good out of lane. It's like
he's literally only good in lane, and then after lane, anything that has to do with macro, TPing on the right wave to fight, knowing when to split push, knowing when to be with your team. He's a lost moron. He just literally doesn't know how to play.
You're just sitting there like, what is going on? It's like, okay.
Why does his brain always fall off? Like laning phase. I don't get it.
I don't think his brain's ever on, in my opinion. It's just like, what the because you're sitting there, you're like, wait a second, why is this not working? And you're like, oh, okay, yeah. And we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest with him. He's not that good. Of course.
Who are you saying?
Adam.
Oh, yeah. He's only good in laning phase. That's it.
Yeah.
He's not good at anything else.
And like that's the sad thing that we have to come to realization. He's not that good. Like he is.
Yeah, I think he justified staying on the team after his Worlds performance, but this is what you're always going to get out of him. Like there's no upsides to him outside of we've already seen this guy's peaks. Like this is what we're going to get. He's going to have a solid laning phase, but his brain is completely trash after laning phase.
No, most definitely.
People said he was beating Broken Blade. Yeah, so if you win in that position, the game should be almost pretty much in your team's favor. If I almost had a stroke watching him actually move out of lane and translate any of that lead. Huh, Lord. Carlos tweeted, Karmine Corp are so shit. Why do I even tune in? Yeah, people are going to be flaming Karmine Corp. I don't envy Yamato. Oh my God, man.
But he chose to take that
Oh
he
gosh.
chose to take that position. I was like, okay.
With upset. A
Yep.
player I won't say he failed with upset by any stretch, but I don't think he give upset these kind of players. If you
Can
want to
you
put that
say he was
simply,
upset with Upset's performance?
upset tried. Like, there's not really much you can do when you're supporting Giga running it like that.
Pretty much,
There's literally nothing you can do, honestly. He's
pretty
always
much,
going to be in a losing position, even if he picks Lucian, right? So now Lucian and Milio and Lucian Nami's back too. Lucian Nami's back in the meta too. I actually like the meta that we're in. I feel like, and I called the picks too. I said we're going to probably be in, due to all the new item changes, we're going to be in a Xin Zhao, Lee Sin, Vi meta. I miss this. People's like, I want the tanks back. No, tanks are boring to watch, guys. I do like seeing the mechanical champions out there, but the meta I like the meta that we're in. People are picking a lot of stuff, trying a lot of things. I like it. It's just, you could see how like good some people are on like carries versus how they're good on tanks. And I like playing Xin Zhao. He's actually one of my favorite champions in the game. I've played like hundreds of games on that fucking champion. And it's like Xin Zhao is the perfect limit test for a champion where you can make so much happen, or you can just run it down. Oh, remember when Rogue was playing? Larson avoided a gank and then walked back in to get himself killed.
No, I remember that. I'm remembering it like, yes, he did that. Holy shit! And
like, he avoided it. He got out, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'll just go back in." What? Okay, are we getting trolled here? Are we like limit testing on stage? These past 2 days have been feeling like. I'm literally getting fucked here. I might actually be getting fucked here. There's no way people are making these kind of decisions out here. This is criminal, actually. But it's week 1. Yeah, you do this shit too much in week 1. You're not about to make the next round. Vectoring, you need at least 4 wins. Some of these guys are like speed running, competing for like bottom 10th, maybe 12th, if we're being really honest here, actually. All right. Yeah, I didn't really care for much for BDS's performance. It just, they lost to Gigantic X, and I was like, okay.
It was just there. It was just like, okay.
Yeah, like, I failed to understand if this is your upgrade to Crowny and you basically just kind of got the same thing. What were you really upgrading then? Just personality? Like, I don't know what these guys be doing anymore, man. These guys are fucking brainlets. All right, so right now, before we start talking about any other teams, what's crazy is we actually talked about all the teams that are like 1-1 or tied for like last, right?
Yeah.
So there's 3 teams right now: 0-2, Team Vitality, Rogue, Karmine, Corp, Heretics and BDS, Mad Lions, Quad, Gigantic X, all 1-1, SK 2-0, G2 2-0, Fnatic 2-0. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Mad Lions Koi. So Mad Lions Koi had a fantastic best game for week 1, day 1 of the 2024 LEC Winter Split. El Yoya took out his long Spanish taco and he put the itoles right up in Perks' ass. Okay.
Oh,
he was all over the map. I hope we see that El Yoya a lot more. It's great to watch him play at that level because we know he can play at a very competitive level. But today they did lose against BDS, and it looked like they stopped putting down more pressure when they could have, for the most part. That's how I saw the game, actually. Oh no, sorry, they lost to SK. My bad. BDS beat Gigantic X. BDS lost to G2. So sorry. Yeah. Mad Lions face SK, and SK. Okay, I know we're gonna go. SK is usually pretty bad. SK actually looked pretty darn good. Like, we're being clear on, SK looked pretty good. If you're looking just by like complete game wise, like just by just macro and actual gameplay wise, I think SK looked the best right now out of all the teams, honestly. Depending on tomorrow's results for Monday, they actually look really strong because tomorrow SK face Fnatic. One of these teams will get their first loss. Remember, last winter, SK were beating Fnatic pretty convincingly. So, who knows? What do you think about Mad Lions right now? Actually,
They look better than I thought they would look.
they are a bunch of tacos.
Not all of them. The mid laners not.
He's a fucking Klondike bar. Oh shit! I know chat that he wanted to give his Klondike bar to my ex too. Crazy.
No, I'm trying to fill up like a Klondike bar. I'm trying to figure out what she willing to do for a Klondike bar. You know her.
Oh, I forgot. James is probably watching the Rams game right now.
Yeah, the Rams are up by 4. I kind of hope they lose. No. Sorry, the Rams are down by 4. Sorry, they're losing. Because Matthew Stafford used to play for the Detroit Lions. It's fucking me up. He played against the team. These two teams made a trade for quarterbacks, and they're playing on the opposite team in Detroit's winning. But it's 21-17 and a half. Okay. Is it halftime?
So Dominate said, not bad results, honestly, for Corp so far. Even though both games were tragic and feel winnable, G2 Fnatic were supposed to be the two best teams by far coming into the split. Playing both close shows potential. They didn't really play G2 close, though. I fail to understand where people come through with that. They were out macroed at every sense possible. I don't know how a game's winnable when they almost traded their Baron. They literally traded Baron for Nexus. People don't forget that.
Oh yeah, they did.
That's winnable. Remember, they had to get so out macro to the point where they thought, if I don't do this right now, then I need to fucking flip a Baron. We also forget, Broken Blade was curb stomping Cableshard into the ground. I mean, Cableshard's been stomping himself in the ground too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my, come on, Dom. I know you like Yamato, but Dom, stop. I love you, man, but stop yapping, bro. Come on, dude. Here, so everyone says they had a lot of kills in the game. That means it was close. You're silver. You're fucking iron. Don't speak to me. Here, I'll show you. This is close. They lost every structure. G2 didn't lose a single. G2 lost one structure bot lane.
Yep.
That's close. But it felt close in the game. You're iron. You're go play Wood 5. You don't matter. What the fuck? I will say that their games are a little sloppy in terms of like what they could be doing more. I'll say for G2, but come on, you can't tell me that game is close. Get the fuck out of here, man. I get it. You like Yamal's your friend, but like, if I had a team and we lost every structure, every dragon, and we had to flip a Baron for a Nexus, ain't no way that's close. Playing it out there, you know?
Exactly.
All right, what are you thinking about? Let's talk about the best teams then. So SK are always a team where they're basically getting like bargain bin players. They're always trying to basically get a good player who's been kicked off bigger orgs. It's crazy. People like SK are playing well. Yeah, I mean, and we said this. Niski should not be on SK given how talented he actually is. Right. Yeah. This is what happens when you have a good mid laner. People. This is why people pay for good mid laners. SK Gaming doing well with a good mid laner. It makes sense, right? You buy a good mid laner, you expect this kind of performance. Now, keep in mind, it's only just the first 2 days of the split. Split. But they've had the best macro along with G2 for both these days so far. They've actually curb stomped people. Actually, Niski's played really good. The bot lane looks revitalized so far. Irrelevant actually had a carry game because usually he always just does his job for the most part. He's consistent. Today he had a massive carry game. Actually, plus today you have the rivalry match between Niski versus Elyoya, the Mad Lions rivalry right there with Niski. Niski coming out on top there. No, I've actually been thoroughly impressed with SK. Warren was doing this when SK Gaming were winning. Man, got the lube and the fucking lotion. Oh my god, we have a good mid laner. This is what happens when you get a good mid laner, actually. But no, the match of the week we're gonna have El Asico Fnatic versus SK. So that's gonna be our match of the week for the Cloud9 podcast. So going into further into the split, we'll have our own match of the week too, because sometimes the broadcast can pick like the worst one to be the match of the week, honestly. So our match of the week this episode is going to be Fnatic versus SK, and we're going to predict the last games of the week. Because when I told you guys I wanted to predict the first 2 days because we could get enough of the gameplay to predict for the last day. So what do you think about so let's go to G2 then. We'll save Fnatic for last. What did you think about G2 actually?
They played sloppy, but not like I'm gonna lose sloppy. It's like they knew what their competition was. They didn't play down to them. They just like, all right, we need to be aggressive.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. They were aggressive and they were able to win.
I feel like Broken Blade had a better game than he did yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the thing with these first 2 days people don't understand is, a team like G2, like, understand. I'm not coping or anything. I'm not lying to people. It's just how the best teams function. Like, you don't generally try to blow your whole load in the regular season generally. Like, it's better for a team like this just to scale up. But I agree. That's still not a bad excuse to just play like complete shit though.
Also you got Karmine Corp literally giving up the Nexus twice. And if they could have won earlier if there's somebody else with Broken Blade taking down that Nexus.
Yeah.
And then they come back and they do it again. It's like, really? I was like, oh my God. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It's just really Broken Blade just chugging it down. You're like, Karmine Corp. What do you know what? Yeah, you know what, guys? Just go 0-9 and figure out what the hell you need to do. Like
Laurel looking all scrumptious.
What she look like? I didn't see her at all. I saw vibes that just kept it moving.
So, so my thing is looking at just how strong, some of the other players might be in the league. I think if you're looking at G2 overall, like the BDS, they always kind of do play BDS at a close level to an extent, but it felt like when teams are playing against G2, a lot of people say the teams make mistakes against them. The G2 players are just smarter at macro than the other guys are. That's not like them messing up. They're just not smart enough macro-wise. Like, even if the kill story, people are just looking at kills too much. It's not really about kills, people. I mean, that can be an actual determining factor to winning a game. But if you're looking at the map state, and if G2's like 5,000 gold and the kills are 11-11, and they have the better map state, the waves are pushing in their favor, they can take Baron because they're ahead in that moment. Like, this is just borderline. These players are much smarter than these other players, actually. But keep in mind, G2 haven't really made any roster changes. A lot of these other rosters have had, massive roster changes, but groups like BDS had one roster change. And let's talk about Fnatic. How you feel about Fnatic, actually?
They're good.
That a crazily close game against Karmine Corp. But then again, I always have to look at that game and go, it's hard when I call these games close. Close is when it's nonstop back and forth and both teams are not giving up an inch to me. When I looked at that game, it was really long. I always felt like Fnatic were conserving a lot more. Like it felt like they weren't really trying to go for the most aggressive play because one of them didn't want to be like the person to throw the game, Because let's be honest here, Oscarinen, honestly, if I was looking at the 2 days so far of the week, Oscarinen would have to be my MVP. He's actually played really, really well. Like, compared to, like, you remember how when he first started, he had that really terrible first week opening, really bad. He's really, really turned it on. And I was surprised to see how good he's been playing so far. So if I had to choose an MVP for, like, just basically DC's first 2 days, he would definitely be it for me. Like, Oscarinen played not only just really well in that game on Cassante, he played really well today on Gwen as well. Razork, I think, has played really good so far. Humanoid needs to stop limit testing. I think that could also cost him a lot of games later on in the season as well. But he's still not like bad or anything. He's just probably should mind his limits sometimes. You want to call it should not be diving a full health tank Jax. That is retarded, actually. I don't know if I'm really high on Fnatic's bot lane, though. Because remember, in the first game, they gave Noah his... If you give Noah Philios, you're asking to lose. That's like his number one champion right there.
Yep.
Why are you giving Noah his best champion? I don't know why people keep giving like players their best champions. I We'll literally never know. How you feeling about their new 80s, the new support, Jun?
He's all right.
He hasn't shown much yet. Like, he hasn't convinced me why they, picked, him over Trimby.
I think they mainly picked him because he's Korean. That's
They're looking at. He probably just played really well in scrims or some shit like that.
I'm looking at it like they picked him because he was Korean, and that was it. They needed someone no one could feel comfortable cheaper plus think about it. You got your AC can't really speak English that well. Get someone who could speak to him, relate to him in a certain degree. Trimmy might have been learning, but I might buy one of those things where they're like, "No, we're not gonna take the chance." I was like, "Okay." It's like, "Oh shit! All right, that's sad because you would feel like Trimmy would have been the obvious pick, but
maybe it has to be like personality wise.
Personality plus also sometimes the person just doesn't feel comfortable. Not because that person is a bad person. Is if someone has a language barrier, every time they take me off the shift was working with Spanish people because I don't speak Spanish. And sometimes it's like that. Like you Tribby, in their eyes, they might think, okay, Tribby's a better player, but it doesn't matter if Tribby and Noah can't speak.
Yeah, pure fact turn when you pair. I mean, because the issue with this is the same thing that H2K did a while ago too, a long time ago. They tried to do the whole Korean bot lane. The other three can talk to each other. The only barrier that's gonna have is gameplay wise. Is how are you gonna pair up your jungler with your support? Jungle support synergy is very, very valuable because he's not gonna be able to talk to his fucking jungler, but so you're probably kind of factoring in, well, Razor's gonna have to play through for the people. We saw Razor playing through Oscarinen, which is gone. I don't get why people keep saying these things like you can't play through this, dude. That's the only reason why it can't be done is because players are stupid. Best Korean teams, best Chinese teams, or some best Chinese teams play through all the lanes. There's no you can't play through this lane. The player is just either one, not smart enough to do it, or they don't feel like the person they invest their resources into is not going to, fully utilize them. Because, if I gank for you and I waste my time ganking for you, putting you ahead, and I feel like you can't do anything with it, the lead I just gave you, then what's really going to happen, obviously. But yeah, for Fnatic so far, Fnatic played a much better game today against Vitality, but Vitality is shit, honestly. Some of these wins, I would give more credit to, but a lot of these teams are just four out of these teams in the league are just straight horse doo. Gigantic X is a little bit more of a surprise. I think Otawamne had a good start so far, better than last year.
Yep.
I think Jackie's has looked good. I think they did pick a solid, really potentially good scaling mid laner throughout the year. I want to see his what he's gonna do, not only just tomorrow, but for the rest of the weeks of this split as well. Patrick and Ignar, Ignar is here just to stabilize the roster. I think he's here to give them a lot more direction. Has to be. Limit sure isn't going to do that. Actually. Lord. But that's pretty much it for covering the LEC these first 2 days. We'll talk for just a little bit longer, and then we're going to go and do our other show, actually, because I got quite a lot to do today. Actually, got this show. I got Twitter Iron Man podcast. But yeah, man. Well, what's been going on the Yu-Gi-Oh land? Actually,
not much Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just people just complaining. It's like a whole fucking war right now. It feels like got people like, oh, you don't have to buy the cards and this and this. Oh, but you can just be a bunch of players. It's like, and then I remember someone came up with a great argument. Pretty much what it is Yu-Gi-Oh itself is not expensive. Competitive Yu-Gi-Oh is. I was like, yeah, that's true. That is actually true. And honestly, when so many competitive players say Yu-Gi-Oh is just not fun anymore because it's not even the pricing, it's just the cards itself. Plus why play Yu-Gi-Oh where I could play One Piece win some cash. Pokemon win some cash. Like plus, like Yu-Gi-Oh just has been fun in a while. In a sense, I was like, oh shit, and like
no, I think like we've even seen other like top known Yu-Gi-Oh players go and play the other TCGs, even though like some of these guys you would think like we always dedicated to Yu-Gi-Oh. They would always kind of be here, but that's not how that works though. Oh, Sevi's playing TCG Live right now. Sevi has fat tits. Good lord.
Bring her up on the stream.
Sevi? Oh,
yeah,
he's on Geeks and Games tabletop.
Okay, I don't follow them. I don't know if I do.
Yeah, she's their tabletop person. I think she's on Twitch too. I mostly see her on Twitch sometimes. She used to play like Phasmophobia or whatever.
Okay.
She got no tits hanging out today. God dang it. L woman. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, man. We got a start to the season, and it's been so okay. So there are things that I did enjoy. I did enjoy seeing how the meta might actually be shaping up. I do enjoy that the picks are a lot more not like diverse, I would say, or different, but there's a lot more variety in the draft you can go for. It's not like, hey, you better take Zaya, fucking Kai'Sa, Aphelios, or Jinx, or you're fucking screwed. It's shown that if your ADC needs to play utility, you can put your ADC on utility. It's also shown that in the top lane, you can play. The top lane is the same. The top lane, then I say it to me, Aatrox, Jax, or Cassante. Not Gragas. Cavalshard is not innovating the meta with that. Take that all the way back to the fucking drawing board.
I mean, no, right. I'll say bring the channel up because I don't think I have on my thing. No.
For on Twitch?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'll drop in the private chat. What else is here? Yeah, I wouldn't be getting this hype for Karmine Corp. I think there's two teams that I know for sure I'm not going to be probably hyped for until like the next split. Like I can already see the writing on the wall right now. And people, so just 2 days, I can see the writing on the wall right now. Karmine Corp is going to be shite. They're gonna basically limp into the next round. They should go 0-3 right now. They should be going 0-3. All right, so let's predict the next games, okay? The games for Monday. All right. First game, BDS Vitality.
BDS.
Yeah, I agree. G2 Rogue. All right. Gigantic X Team Heretics.
Team Heretics.
All right. Mad Lions, Karmine Corp. All right, match of the week. All right, our match of the week, everybody, is Fnatic versus SK. Both teams right now 2-0.
2-0, undefeated.
SK have looked pretty good.
Who's gonna come out on top and
one of the teams will be 3-0.
Yep.
Ooh. If I'm looking at, just said it right now, SK probably should win. If I'm a betting man, SK probably should beat them. But on the other hand, Fnatic have shown that they're not going to be, giving up the entire game, even though it might be if it's a close game state, we know they're going to fight it out. Okay, so I'll say BDS, G2, Gigantic X. I'm going to say Mad Lions. I'm not picking Karmine Corp. I saw this first week guy on nope. I am never predicting them. That is a shite team.
Oh shit.
And Rogue too. Oh yeah, no more Rogue. Fuck that. Rogue is terrible. Yeah, I'll say SK win this. Yeah. I think that they should right now win this. If they don't, well, I was only going off the first 2 days, honestly. Just trying to get a French baguette in my fucking butthole right now.
Hey, yo. What?
So, yeah, it was awesome to have you guys back. It was awesome to, have you guys watch and listen to the show. Awesome to have you guys, get us out the season back. Let me go and see when the other leagues are going to start, okay? But yeah, man.
Yeah.
So you did how many videos did you do actually?
3. I got like 5 I need to upload. I want to upload them around the same time. Just make sure, because I'm staying engaged on seeing how everyone's reacted, and I'll put it out right at the right time.
Okay, so for anyone's watching right now, I'm gonna do my LCK 2024 Spring Split team tier list very soon because the LCK begins on the 17th. So that means I need to have that shit out and done by, well, pretty much Tuesday, actually. Yeah, it has to be done Tuesday evening to have it up before that Wednesday night. The LCS begins this week, too, so we're going to have the LCK back, and we're going to have the LCS back. Good Lord, man, that's a lot of games. Holy motherfuck.
Yeah, because that's...
But to be fair, football is ending for you, so you're going to have something else to, lean back on and watch, too.
The football don't end until, like, February.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, plus...
No, we did an LCS. I'll do my LCK and LCS team tier list for you guys. I'm gonna have those done. LCS can be done later and throughout the week.
See, football has really been over for me since the guys didn't make the playoff. But guess all those Cowboy fans, guess what? You're gonna be sitting at home with me watching the motherfucking every other team go by beach once again. There's 3 things that you can always guarantee in life: death, taxes, and motherfucking Cowboys choking in the playoff.
You know what's not gonna happen? My ex choking on your cock.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Yes.
You sure about that? If it's not her, it's gonna be her sister.
I didn't give you permission to that.
I'm fucking one of them.
I didn't say you could do that. Who is you?
I'm Big Daddy. What you talking
about? The Taco League is starting on the 16th, 2 p.m.
I was like Taco League. I was like,
yeah. The Taco Quesadilla League starts on January 16th, 2024, 2 p.m. approximately. 2 best of 3s. Movie Star R7, Rainbow 7, okay, Estral Esports, Isurus, and Infinity.
Okay.
I've actually heard of all these teams before. Infinity's been at play-ins before. Estral's always been in finals, competing with Movie Star Riders, always losing against them too. The reason why I want to tune in to watch R7 is because they have Summit. I want to see like, is he gonna completely sprint it against these guys?
My question is, where is Licorice? Is he just gone?
Licorice should go to just Brazil. He should have went to Brazil and play. That'd be so exciting to watch. Oh, the CB LOL starts the 20th. Fuck. Yeah, there's no way we can consume all this. There's no way. There is absolutely no way I can bounce through CB LOL, LEC, and LCS. That is so much right there. Good God. Now, what's also going to be a key thing to balance out this year? So I know like last year we had separate shows to cover like one or the other. This year, since the games are actually on the same day, we're actually going to be covering both of the leagues on the same shows, right? So basically all the leagues are going to get covered on the same show. Where if we can't cover like what we can, or we'll try and cover what we can, then we'll just cover it on the next show. And then also I told you, everyone, as we know, should know before you get in the show, depending on Chaz's schedule that week or whatever week's coming up for the rest of the year, because anything's happened, right?
Yeah.
We usually have 2 shows a week. So the earliest it's gonna be is Wednesday earliest. But it might now be Thursdays, latest Friday, actually. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Because
I know this week it should be 1 to 9, 1 p.m.
Wednesday, right? No, this week I was going to tell you we have to do it on Thursday. I have too much going on this Wednesday to do it on Wednesday.
Cool. No, okay.
So I was going to ask because I have Thursday off. So
okay.
I have Thursday off. So what time do you get off work Thursday?
9 p.m. my time. It'd be 6 p.m. your time.
So you just want to do it at 7? My time then?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it at 7. Okay, good. Yeah, so for most weeks, we'll just have to play it by ear. Earliest Wednesday, latest Friday. Yeah, I can't wait to watch Taco Cinco de Mayo League and give me a whole fucking burrito salad there. I don't know, dude.
What the fuck did you say? Oh,
Maybe we should have Lennon like shave her vagina and then sprinkle the hair on our faces.
Nah, man, she don't gotta shave it for me, man. I'll suck the soul out of her.
Nah, you better shave that. I'm gonna knock that bitch out.
Oh
shit. No, so the minor region that we're gonna be covering is gonna be the LOA. Okay, so if I have free time, I could probably end up squeezing in Brazil, but do you want to watch Vietnam? You want to watch Vietnam? I never thought I'd say that in my life.
Nah, that terminal's gonna fuck me up.
No, I'm saying if you want to consume it through VODs, you can. I'm trying to find their. Do you have? Are you subscribed to the YouTube channel they have?
Nope.
Vietnam Champion Series. You don't have it? Okay. They put out a video. Oh, they're rapping in this, man. They're spitting bars. Woo! Them is straight bars, dude. and no, because with this league, they put out full VODs of their games. Actually,
yeah.
You just have to fucking just read subtitles. Let me see this. LOA have LOA League of Legends. Okay, I'm subscribed. I can't pronounce this. I mean, I've learned Spanish when I was at work because the Itoles work there.
Itole.
Ebran peso al bica pepion equitos.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm spitting bars, man.
That ain't bars, nigga. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit, man.
I thought you were supposed to be on my side, you bastard.
I am on your side, but what the fuck is that?
I was rapping, dog.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, good lord. CB LOL. There is these guys. It's like the CB LOL English, but they're not ever consistent at putting anything out though. These are just this is such non-dedicated. I mean, they're probably dedicated, but it's just they don't do much. They don't do enough to carry the thing. Plus, they don't put out any VODs at all. Like, we're gonna have an English channel for the CB LOL. You need an actual. Well, there is an English broadcast for CB LOL, unlike the other ones. The problem here is like, I'm gonna have to try to catch this. It's gonna be just really hard. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying I can't do it because I always need more league to watch. I could basically watch in my free time. Yeah. The problem is like, what day am I gonna dedicate that to? So I probably won't overload on that much league. Then what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably just end up following the CB LOL LOL Twitch channel, and then I'll just consume the VODs there. CB LOL English. Welcome to CB LOL's official English broadcast. So am I following this? I already am. Are you following the? Okay, so this one has English. So if you want to consume the VODs here, because this one we don't have to rap in Spanish. This will be human beings talking here. There you go for that one.
Rap in Spanish, okay.
The reason why I want to cover it is because there's a lot of viewership here. I'll say there's a lot of viewership here if we can actually cover it. It's just gonna be like, this is a lot of lead to consume. I can space it out of my head, but it's just gonna be really hard, honestly. CB LOL's like they come back January 20th. So okay, I'm all subscribed to this. Is there LOA English? There isn't. You know these guys. These guys are Cinco de Mayos. God.
I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay.
Cinco de Mayo is when they celebrate 4th of July for us.
I know what that means, but when you say, "Oh, what the fuck," you be saying, "Well, what the fuck?" What?
All right, so I just want to lay down the law here that Chaz is black.
Yep.
And you ain't shit.
And
your state suck, and your side of the fucking world sucks. East Coast trash.
Nigga, West Coast is West Coast, nigga. If your state's still on fire, if your governor still trying to
Gavin Newsom's a great governor.
Out there trying to force people to mutilate their kids. Is he still doing that degenerate shit out there?
Don't claim that, loser.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, all right, everyone, to wrap up this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, we will be covering the minor regions this year. I know there's a lot of people out there that actually do watch these minor regions, and there are people out there that want people to talk about them. So we are going to do it. It's just, tending to all this league is going to be very, very hard, but I can do it. I have a lot of fandoms that I'm a part of. I have a lot of stuff I already tend to my brain in general. So we're going to do CB LOL and the LLA. Those are the main two that we're going to tackle, okay? And we'll end up talking about all of the leagues on one episode of this show. We're going to space it out between LEC, LCS, LCK, LPL, and then the other two minor regions there. And if you are watching and listening to the Cloud9 podcast on any podcasting platform of your choice, the Iron Man podcast is coming very, very soon. Within basically a week or two, you should be able to actually have access to all of the episodes of that show currently. And thank you for watching the show live. If you did, make sure to catch the replay. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you are watching on any other platforms, you can follow me on Rumble and Twitch at Master Swag King. YouTube is Master Swag King. And Twitter is C9MSK8. And we will see you guys for another episode of the Cloud9 podcast on Thursday. And make sure you guys have a great week. Be safe, be great, be productive, be awesome, and have a great week. We'll see you guys later. Deuces.